EGM Network.
Treasure Coast Connector. Connecting residents and businesses of the Treasure Coast. And here's your host, Ellen Contreras.
Welcome to Treasure Coast Connector. I'm your host, Ellen Contreras. This episode is partly sponsored by Libby Weissman and her team at Senior Transition Navigator and Luxury Homes of the Treasure Coast. They work with seniors and their families during a transition with many services like downsizing, decluttering, packing, moving, relocation, and more. For a free consultation, give Libby a call at 772-783-2800 or visit seniortransitionnavigator.com and luxuryhomesofthetreasurecoast.com. All right, so Vero Beach, our charming Mayberry by the Sea, is growing by leaps and bounds, and with more people moving here, that means that our business community is growing too. Now, the Vero Beach Chamber of Commerce is an amazing resource for both business owners and residents alike. Joining me in the studio to give us an update on everything that's happening at the Vero Beach Chamber is the chairman, Bob McCabe. Welcome back to the show.
Well, thanks for inviting me back.
Yeah, we have this annual thing going on because
I hadn't realized it was annual.
It's an annual thing.
Thank you. I'll put it on my calendar.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, all kidding aside, I just love being a part of the chamber. So I'm a member, I'm an ambassador because I'm a fan, right? And before we start talking about everything that's happening, please give a little bit about your background because I'll just say that you were a bigwig in corporate America.
I wouldn't go that far, but I had a lot of fun in corporate America before retiring. But the Chamber of Commerce has been, chambers of commerce have been in my background for a long, long time. Back when I was with General Motors, we were very active members of the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, and that was one of my jobs, was to make sure we paid our dues and coordinated a lot of the activities. But following that, I've been involved with chambers up in Flint, Michigan. I was the chair of the Chamber of Commerce for the county for 4 years and so forth. But even internationally, chambers of commerce, like when I was doing a lot in South Africa, there was the South African American Chamber of Commerce, where all of the American companies in South Africa, or virtually all of them, were members of this chamber to represent the interests of the business community, the international business community in that case. So here, the Vero Beach Chamber, when I had the opportunity to get involved with that, I thought that there was a lot of activities we could do to improve the business community here and be a spokesperson for the business community. Yeah, so it's been a lot of fun.
Yes, absolutely. And so now there's been, as I mentioned, a lot of expansion happening. So if you could just share a little bit about the growth that I alluded to and what your take is of it, and where do you see Vero Beach
There's
going?
Sort of an interesting dichotomy here. If you were the city itself, having been on city council and played that role for a while, the city is largely built out in terms of residential, particularly. The county is where all of the expansion is at this point in time, and I think that's good. And I agree with growth and expansion. It's good for businesses and so forth, but it just needs to be planned growth. Some of the growth that goes on and some of the requests to change zoning and that kind of thing become very problematic. And I have some concerns that we just need to, as we expand the urban service area, or as there are proposals to do that we do that very, very carefully, if you would. One of the real issues was that some of the developers got out ahead of their interference with regard to Main Street, and the two referendums clearly did not go with what the public wanted, the city residents wanted, and so forth. So the other dichotomy part of it is that with the real growth in the county of all of the housing stock and so forth, most of those people still come and use city services. They use the parks, they use the restaurants, they want to park their cars near the restaurants and so forth. So with the added revenue from taxes, property, and otherwise, accruing, and that's the bed tax and everything else, accruing to the county, it's kind of a awkward situation between the county and the city, as the city is required to improve its infrastructure to support the local or the county development. So.
Well, hopefully that there's a way, and we don't want to get too political on this show, right? But I do hope that everybody learns how to play nicely in the sandbox and figure out a way to make everybody happy. And you know what I'm saying? Because
you can disagree, but you have to do it agreeably if you're going to get a compromise and go forward together.
Oh, sure. And I live just a few blocks, west of the city line, but my husband and I enjoy all parts of Vero Beach and even Indian River County as a whole. So I do think that, people that live west of town and as they're, growing these areas, yes, of course, who doesn't want to go to the beach? We live in Vero Beach for a reason.
Yeah.
It doesn't, it doesn't matter where we are, how far out west we are. Getting to the beach is super easy. That's my own personal
This time
opinion.
of year, it's a couple of more changes in the light. That's all.
A few more. We have our snowbirds. We love them. Okay,
absolutely.
we're not going to pick on them whatsoever.
Having been one for a while, yes.
Yes, and me too, right? Oh, I'm not really a snowbird. I'm not a snowbird. I'm a reformed New Yorker. That's what I am. Okay, but
That's semantics.
Yes. So now, just over a year ago, you moved your office location diagonally across the street, right? We mentioned that last year, but since we do have a lot of people coming in, share with us how you have settled in to your offices and who you share it with, and let's talk about what the residents can expect to find if they go in.
Well, I have an announcement to make. Main Street, Vero Beach informed me on Friday that they were not renewing their sublease with us.
Oh, okay.
So we will now be in that location, just the Chamber of Commerce. We're not quite sure what Main Street Vero Beach organization is going to do, but we won't be office mates going forward and so forth.
Okay.
But I just want to emphasize that we support the principles of Main Street. We have many of the same members up and down the area, up and down Main Street and on the surrounding streets and so forth. So whatever they do, whatever they decide to do or where they do it from, we want to support their activities because, again, it's we're all here to support the business community in the Vero Beach and the surrounding areas. So we look forward to working with them.
Well, very good. And what can the residents find if they were to just, saunter into your office?
Well, we like to think of ourselves as a visitor information center. And so we have free maps of both the whole county, street maps actually of the county, and then we have the beachside map and that kind of thing. But then we have brochures and promotional material from all of our members who drop it off with us. And we had a fellow in this morning, actually, that his brother is thinking of moving to Vero, and we supplied him with all sorts of information, housing where it's being built and that kind of thing, and magazines and brochures. So, and then we emphasize, please, when your brother visits and his family, come by and see us, and we'll try to get more specific.
Yeah, I think that's wonderful. And now what about the business owners? What can they expect?
Well, as a member of the Vero Beach Chamber of Commerce, you're invited to all of our activities and so forth. But one of the real key things, we have over 300 members now, and what we do is we promote all of their activities. We do twice weekly constant contact email blasts, and we promote all of their activities and so forth. And you well know, you attend most of them yourself.
Yeah.
So it's, and these are networking events, and there are opportunities to tell people about your business and promote it out there. And of course, our website includes all the information on all of our members and how to contact them and so forth. So what we do is we do muffins for members, which I think you probably only missed one or two.
I know. My husband had a little medical kerfuffle, a little eye thing he had to take care of. And, New Vision just had to do it on that morning. I'm not complaining.
How inconsiderate.
I know. But these surgeons, they're a little busy.
Yes, they are. This time of year particularly and so forth. So Very, very busy.
Mm-hmm.
But we just have a lot of fun. I mean, we just had the Sunset Saturday concert down on the beach on Ocean Drive by Humiston Park on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
And my guesstimate is over 1,000 people are there in their lawn chairs or up in the park.
Yeah.
And so forth. And
That is so much
very
fun.
well attended, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And then you guys are serving beverages at Humiston.
Yes.
The Sunset concert. And then you have food trucks. And
We have 5 food trucks and so forth. Yeah, we serve beer, wine, and
soda,
and
water.
neutral.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Very good. And then also you have other people displaying art and then a nonprofit too, right?
We have a nonprofit of the month and so forth, and we let them get up on the stage and talk a little bit about their nonprofit. And then we have an art association or an art organization every month rather, and so forth. So
yeah. And
we
a
have
car
one
show.
more
Car show
and,
too.
We have an old car show up at the north end of the street and so forth too. So we have one more concert in April 12th coming up.
Okay.
And that's our last one for the season. Then we'll pick it up again in November.
I'm going to have to
I'd
try
like
to
to
get
do
to
more, but I'd be burning out all of my volunteers and so forth. So.
Yes, no, that is true. But speaking about volunteers, so that's the next question, is you have an amazing team behind you.
We do.
So let's brag first about the tag team of Linda and Laura. Talk
Linda
about
Scott
them.
and Laura Thompson and Laura Kennedy, rather.
Yeah.
That we really lucked out getting those two, and it's in my
they
days
share
with
the
General
role.
Motors, it's a job sharing thing, which is a really good thing and works out very, very well. And those two are both natives of Vero Beach, born and brought up here, went to Vero Beach High School, both moved away and then came back. And so their knowledge of the community and their network that they have of themselves in the community is just absolutely fantastic. And
They know everybody, first of all, in the community. They
do.
know the history. They know the stores. They know They are walking
Absolutely.
encyclopedias.
Absolutely. And they're both
Search engines. They're walking search engines.
Yeah, they really are. And they're like Energizer bunnies, both of them, if you would. They just are constantly going, if you would. So it's we just lucked out having them, if you would. So.
Yeah. And they're getting the newsletters out. And then you have a really wonderful board. Oh, do we really have to do this? I am so engrossed in the conversation. We're going to talk about more of the people at the chamber.
Okay.
When we come back. We have to take a break. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Hey, you! Host your very own show every week at Evergreen Media Network in Vero Beach. Go live to YouTube and Facebook with up to 4 people and your very own producer. Be heard on more than 15 podcast platforms and local radio. All you have to do is show up and talk. Your guests can join from anywhere in the world. It's easy to get started with the largest podcast studio on the Treasure Coast. Contact Evergreen Media to tour the studio.
Create your island paradise at Sunshine Furniture during our winter sale event. Save 50% on all Tommy Bahama and Lexington, including the newest collection, Key Biscayne. Living room, dining room, occasional chairs, office, and media furniture with sophisticated design and a mix of coastal and Caribbean style. All Tommy Bahama and Lexington offer everything you need for your Florida living. We have the largest selection of in-stock coastal furniture from Four Seasons, Capri, Universal, Riverside, Hooker, Seawinds, Barcalounger, Best, and lots more. At Sunshine Furniture, we're the outdoor furniture experts specializing in patio sets that withstand the Florida elements, and we have a gallery of Berlin Garden and Pollywood. Come in now for the best prices of the year. Sunshine Furniture, $12.95 US 1 in Vero Beach. Don't miss the 50% off winter sale on Tommy Bahama and Lexington going on now. Visit our website at sunshinefurniturecasual.com and visit our outlet store directly across the street.
Big news, Treasure Coast. Your favorite mortgage team just got even better. Introducing the same trusted faces you know and love, now with Union Home Mortgage.
Hi, this is Shannon Pohl.
Hi, this is Lucy Cranker.
And these high-producing team members bring decades of experience, unwavering honesty, and hearts of gold to every home loan. And here's the best part. Same local processing, underwriting, and appraisers you rely on. Contact Union Home Mortgage.
Visit us online at shannoncpohl.com
And LucyCranker.com.
Welcome back to Treasure Coast Connector. I'm your host, Ellen Contreras. I'm with Bob McCabe. Sorry, I was going to call you Robert. It's very formal. Bob McCabe, chairman of the Vero Beach Chamber of Commerce. And so we were talking about some of the people in the office. So you're in the office, of course, and we have Laura and Linda in the office.
And Debbie Avery is there.
I was just going to say Deb Avery, but you have a really nice board of directors. So,
we do. Very active board, and we very much appreciate it. This year, it's Tina Nicholson, a VP at Marine Bank, who's the president of the board and so forth. So that works out well. And just the other members to mention are Jane Burton, Judy Davis, Alexander, Sue Flack, Ray Rosado, Buck Fussell, Angela Armitage, and Paul Westcott, and of course Debbie Avery and myself as board members. We actually have our annual meeting coming up in April. Yes, in which we're going to use as sort of the theme, the county 100th anniversary celebration and so forth. And we're doing it at the Heritage Center this year.
Very good. So. And then all the information about events is all on your website. So you have a really good calendar. You have an amazing website, and it's all packed with information. And then so any type of ribbon cutting, any type of networking event, whatever it is, the annual meeting is all there on the website. And what is the web address for people that are listening to this?
The VeroBeachChamber.com. Vero Chamber.
VeroChamber.com. So VeroChamber.com. And then how about the phone number for the office?
Oh, dear.
I know.
I never dial it.
I know, and neither do I.
226-5452, I believe.
No. It's actually 772-226-5459.
Oh, thank you for your notes.
I had to look it up, too, because you know what we have? Nobody remembers phone numbers anymore because of our cell phones. Yeah. It's a thing. It's a crutch. It's a rule, and it's okay. Yeah, it's perfectly okay.
Well, better get along with it,
Yes. Oh, my gosh. I don't even know how I lived before without my cell phone. Yeah. You know what I mean? Oh, my goodness. Okay, so now you have over 300 members, and there's a lot of benefits to being a member. They can put their information.
Well, any activity that they have going on, we promote that. And again, we do twice weekly constant contact messages, email blasts to over 1,000 people.
Yeah, and at no additional
cost. And Facebook
cost.
is another 4,700 people that pick up on that.
Yeah.
So the information's out there and so forth. We just didn't want to do it more than twice a week. We didn't want to burn out our membership and so forth. So.
Yeah, but no, it's perfect. And then you also do a monthly, these are the renewing members, these are the new members to encourage everyone to reach out and connect with each other.
No, so, it's very beneficial for everybody and so forth. So and putting the contact information out there for everybody and their businesses. But one of the key features of is the networking events that we do. So people get up like at Muffins for Members, as you know, everybody gets a chance to get up and say what their business is and whatever else they want to say. But any special events they have, we will put out on the constant contact mailing.
Yeah, and that's really good too. So they can do a lot of self-promotion. So take advantage of that. I'm looking at you. Yeah. So I like to point at the camera and boss people around. You know that. You know that. You know that I like to do that.
But our motto is think Vero first. And that's one of the real key things. Yeah. And having been in the finance industry for years and so forth, you really want to improve your own economy by encouraging people to shop locally. Yeah. I mean, even American Express does that once a year.
The Shop Small Saturday. Yeah.
And those are real events. And as you kind of study world economic history, there have been a lot of movements that have benefited by encouraging their people to shop locally, because it keeps the money in the community, keeps it regenerating in the community and so forth. So that's our whole motto, and that's what we would like people to do. Is to, when you're going to go need something, think about the local organization and stuff. And of course, if you pick an organization that happens to be a member of the Vero Beach Chamber of Commerce, that's okay too.
Even better. That's what I say. Even better. Okay, so now we spoke about some of the other events, and we spoke about some of the expansion, but there's a lot of talk because you're located in the downtown area, and so there's people that want to, improve downtown, and then there's the Three Corners, and then there's the mall, which of course is outside of the city of Vero Beach, but everybody's talking about the mall and how exciting that is, and the new exit that's being built for I-95 at Oslo. So what would you like to share about all of that?
These are all very exciting things going on and so forth. So the new exit at Oslo off of I-95, can just see the construction going on out there already. They've rerouted a number of streets in the Spanish area and so forth, and those are all very, very positive things. The more exits you get off the highway, the more people are going to go and do shopping locally, and it's just great for the businesses, and even the real estate in that area. The value just goes up exponentially overnight, if you would.
Yeah.
You mentioned downtown and so forth. There's an awful lot of activity and thoughts, if you would, and there were some proposals, and Piper was going to kick in some money on the street. It's just, my frustration is there that a lot of these projects just take so long to get going, like new street lights and that kind of thing and stuff. But in terms of the rezoning that got kicked down, got turned down there and stuff, there's still so much activity on Main Street. You cannot find a place to park after 4 o'clock in the afternoon anywhere down there. The restaurants are doing great.
Yeah,
There's been new restaurants. It is charming.
Yeah.
It really is. And it is becoming more of a walking area and so forth, with the ice cream parlor there and everything. So we think that's very exciting. We're just very pleased that the Chamber was able to find another location just off of Main Street.
Oh, absolutely. So you can stay in the area. And then even the Downtown Friday. Wow. That was jam-packed, the last one that I went to. And
weather permitting, both that and Sunset Saturday concerts are just so dependent on the weather. But there's a great need for people to want to get out and walk around and just enjoy the community. And stuff,
and I do think that area is lovely to walk around, the downtown area. I think that we are blessed to have interesting areas throughout Vero Beach in general, right?
Yes, indeed.
So we have downtown, we have Miracle Mile, we have Beachside. I can't wait to see what they do at the mall, and then Three Corners whenever that gets built, because I think that people enjoy the diversity. Who eats at the same 2 or 3 restaurants all the time?
Right.
No one.
No one.
So I don't think that any of these areas, as we develop, will be hurt at all. As a matter of fact, I think it'll just enhance and get people more excited about
I think
staying.
with the growth of the community and so forth, the larger county community, now I think there's plenty of room for everybody to prosper in this.
Yeah.
And that's what the Chamber is all about. You really want to help these businesses get themselves promoted in the area, and if they have any specials, we can help them promote those as well. Yeah,
absolutely. And we have a very robust year-round community, and of course, we love our snowbirds.
That part is growing too. It's amazing. We talk about snowbirds. Back when I first bought our condo 20 years or so ago, there was a much more pronounced seasonality, if you would. It's not, just based on the traffic flows and so forth. There more and more people are staying year-round.
Yeah, and I appreciate that. But with that said, I want to just give a quick little shout out again to Libby Weissman and her team at seniortransitionnavigator.com and luxuryhomesofthetreasurecoast.com. They work with seniors and their families during this very vibrant transition into senior living here in the area. So the services include downsizing, decluttering, packing, moving, relocation. Libby can be reached at 772-783-2800. I'm a big fan of what they are doing for the senior community, and we have just a few seconds left. I am a big fan of what you and your team are doing at the Vero Beach Chamber. I love being a member, and thank you so much for being here on the on the annual. I really think it's great to keep us updated on everything that you have going on.
Well, think Vero first.
Think Vero first, and it's verochamber.com. My name is Ellen Contreras, host of Treasure Coast Connector. And until next week, I hope you have a safe, productive, wonderful week. I miss you already.